Hi everyone. I've been getting a lot of messages on Facebook and emails asking about my diet and what kind of foods I'm eating and a lot of diet related questions. So I figured it'd be a lot easier if I just made a video here's my cat, instead of messaging everybody with the same information over and over. So I'm going to take the most asked questions and try to answer them for you guys and hope that helps. First question is sending my meal plan. I can't send out my exact meal plan because, each meal plan that is given to each person is custom for the person and their lifestyle and activity level. So if I send out my diet, one, it wouldn't be fair to the people who wrote it. Two, it wouldn't react the same way to other people as it does myself. And right now I'm in contest prep, so you really wouldn't want to be eating the foods that I'm eating right now. But I do get my diets from Mike Davies. He sells those online at MikeDaviesFitness.com. He's awesome, and I really like his meal plans. They work the best out of anything I've ever tried. But I can tell you what kind of foods I do eat. Protein-wise, I eat a lot of clean proteins, such as grilled chicken, egg whites, tuna. If I'm in meal prep, I'll eat tilapia and orange roughy, which is really gross, but I don't like seafood. But, I stomach it when it's time to prep. Carbs-wise, I eat a lot of low glycemic complex carbs, such as sweet potatoes, rice, oatmeal, cream of rice, and I really like rice cakes. Those are good too. How many meals a day? I personally eat 7 meals a day, which I wouldn't necessarily recommend for the average person, but I do recommend about 4 to 6 meals a day, no less than 4 and no more than 6. And each meal should be smaller portion sizes. And it's very important that you have many meals a day, because if you are one of those people that'll eat like once or twice a day, whenever you do eat, your body is just going to naturally store whatever you're eating. Opposed to if you're having 4 to 6 meals a day, your body's used to it. It knows that it's going to get more food. So what it does is it uses the food that you're eating for energy and burns right through it instead of storing it. Each meal should probably be protein-based, obviously, with about 3 to 4 ounces of a protein. I would add vegetables and a complex carb to that. And try to at least get your body weight in protein. What that means is if you're 100 pounds, I would try to get at least 100 grams of protein in a day, which I hope you're not 100 pounds because that's really tiny. When it comes to meals, I got to go on a little rant. Don't skip meals. Just don't do it. You're not going to like the way you look after. You get tired and cranky, and I don't recommend it. And like I said before, if you skip meals, the next meal you eat, your body's going to store it. Meal preparation. What do I do to prep meals? What I do is I get up early, about 20 minutes early, and I just prep all my meals for the day, all 7 of them. But it's really not that hard. A lot of people are like, I don't have time, I work, this, that, and the other. I mean, it's 20 minutes of your day. Get up early, get it done, and if you have your meals already made, you're not going to be tempted to eat other things and snack all the time. When I prep my meals, I make sure that I don't use any salt or any sugar or any butter. Now, like Pam is a good alternative. You could use a little bit of olive oil. I love Mrs. Dash. I like to use Mrs. Dash on stuff, especially fish. Stevia is good to use in place of sugar, like if you're going to have coffee, or use it in your oatmeal. Just because, I'm that person, I can't eat anything plain. It needs to taste good. But yeah, prep is very, very important, and I recommend measuring out everything. I have a food scale that I use for every one of my meals. I'll prep everything to the T, You know, if it says 3 ounces of chicken, I make sure it's right on the 3 ounce of chicken mark. Carbs. This is to all you carb cutters out there. Stop cutting carbs. Just don't do it. What it's going to do is your body uses carbs as fuel. And if you limit your carbs, what you're going to do is your body is going to pull from your protein, which means it's going to use your muscle as energy before it will use your fat. Not saying that you have fat, but that's just the reality of it. You're going to feel tired. You're going to be grumpy. Just don't cut carbs, and it's going to make you squishy and soft and mushy, and just, it's not a good idea to cut carbs. Don't cut them, convert them. See, what that means is, I know a lot of people have this thing with bread. They love bread, and I'll be honest with you, I do too. So don't cut the bread, convert it. They have a lot of different options, just like my favorite is Ezekiel bread. They have a ton of different flavors. It's really not bad for you. It's low glycemic, it's gluten-free, and you know, it's probably a better alternative. So like, just like transfer, like convert, like instead of having white potatoes all the time, have a sweet potato and use a little bit of spray butter on it. Instead of cereal, have oatmeal. Not the prepackaged sugary ones, but like natural oats. And my last question so far most popular questions have been diet pop. Don't drink diet pop. I recommend just staying away from pop altogether. If you really need something carbonated, I would say maybe like sparkling water with a little bit of Crystal Light in it. I don't know. I don't agree with pop. I gotta tell you a story. There was a girl in one of my classes not too long ago, and it was lunchtime, and she brought her lunch to class, which was fine. But her lunch was a Diet Coke. And she was sitting there with her Diet Coke, and she was saying how, like, I have to lose weight, so I'm only drinking a Diet Coke. And she was expecting people to be like, oh, you don't have to lose weight, you know, it's a good idea, drink Diet Coke for lunch. And she probably thought I was rude because when she said that, I was so, like, dumbfounded by her remark that I was just looking at her like, really? And she wasn't fat by any means, but she was like, I have to lose weight, so I'm drinking Diet Coke. So I pulled out my asparagus and tilapia, and I was like, yeah, I'm trying to lose weight too. And she was looking at me, and she was like, what are you eating? And I was just like, well, honestly, you can either starve yourself thin and be grumpy and not happy with your results, or you can eat yourself thin and be very happy with what you have. So, you know, a couple days goes by, and then I get a message from her saying how she's gained more weight from drinking Diet Pop, and how she's at Kroger and she wants to know what she can eat. And, you know, it's just, don't skip meals. Don't try to limit yourself. You know, just adopt a healthier lifestyle. And, you know, it's not going to be tough all the time. Like, you can still go to restaurants and stuff. And if you need any kind of advice as to what to order or where to go, if you want to go to a restaurant and order food without completely blowing your diet, I can post a video about that too, because I do that all the time for cheat meals. And yeah, so I hope this helps a little. Thanks, guys.